Hello and welcome after a short break. Well, I am glad to be back, and of course I am happy with the market situation. September was of course a revitalization month. All right, price actually was came alive, and of course we saw the action, and so we have numerous trading opportunities right now. In fact, it took September almost 29 days for price to break out of some of the ranges. We saw some of those nice pushes. Okay, so I am going to be showing you many of the trading opportunities that we have seen in the market. But then before we do that, let's take a minute or two to review what happened last week. Well, last week we were testing the waters. All right, so we found two setups, one in the American dollar, okay, USD MXN. We found this setup and we took our entry there. We stop loss somewhere in there. Well, we're able to drive price all the way to somewhere there. We took some profit, as you can see if you scroll down. Okay, this is the second one. We took two trades actually. This is the second one, which is the Swiss franc against Japanese yen. We placed our order and then our stop loss right there. We also took profit on that. So the see how we managed through. We were able to tell members at some point to be patient and allow the trades to run because things got slow a bit, and then we cash out 80% of the USD MXN for 3,228 points. All right, that was a nice trade for us. And then we went further to inform members to be patient again. The trades was quite slow, especially with the Swiss franc against Japanese yen, but eventually we got some profits. All right, we took 80% of our profits on that trade for plus 68 pips, okay, which was not bad. So no loss for last week. It was quite an interesting one, and we think this coming week will be better. We calendar as usual to see those high impact news announcements that are scheduled for this upcoming trading week. Okay, as you can see, it's a busy economic calendar with so many high impact news announcements. This shows that we are going to be having a busy trading week. Okay, and of course this coming week it's the NFP, and so on Friday we are going to be seeing some action in the chart. Well, previously whenever it's NFP week, price tends to go slow between Monday to Thursday. All right, Monday to Thursday price tends to go slow, but well, I am thinking that this time around we may still get some action considering the type of action we saw in September. Okay, all right, now let's look into the charts to see those quality price action that we are going to be following. The first one is the gold. All right, let me just bring in currency name so I don't get messed up with the currency. Okay, now this is gold XAUUSD. all right, the weekly time frame. Well, this is what I am following here. As you can see, price actually was trending to the upside, okay, but then that trend got violated and now we are pushing to the downside. All right, the trend line itself would have been from here somewhere there. That's where it got broken. All right, got broken here, and now we have a new trend because price has been swinging to the downside. But what am I seeing here? Allow me to zoom in a bit for you to see the candlesticks perfectly. You can see that we got this low right there, we got another low right there. Okay, we got this high, okay, and now a lower high. You see that? So we are having effectively what is like a flat bottom triangle, and so that is what I have been following. So I kept my lower level here right there. I'm going to change this to blue since I'm working from the weekly time frame, and then I have this high here. Remember, it's a flat bottom triangle. Okay, so I'm following this flat bottom triangle. I am excited about price action, particularly in the last week of September. All right, you can see that last week. Look at the momentum candle, that momentum breakout of this level of support. All right, see that heavy momentum bar, and of course Now, what do we do as price action traders? We are waiting for price to make that pullback, to begin to make the pullback to that level, and for us to look for our bounces of that area to trade the heavy ride to the downside that we are anticipating. Okay, so this is a prototypical price action of a flat bottom triangle that has met the condition of a solid breakout, and so we are waiting for the pullback. It's a nice setup on our radar, and we'll keep following this. Okay, so let me pick another one. We have the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. Now, this is the daily time frame we are looking into. You can see how price gave resistance there, and the next time price went to retest that level, I am happy with the rejection. I am seeing that heavy rejection right there. Let me zoom in for you to have a better picture. Okay, you can see that rejection of that level of resistance. This is a rejection, so I am expecting that price is going to make, well, a push to the downside. At least we have some room for price to come down. So we have this on our radar as well, and we'll be looking for valid entry in the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. Now we have about 5 or 6 or 7 more. Okay, we have about 6 more high quality setup, and so let's take them one after the other. The next one is the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. Now look into the weekly time frame. This is a heavy resistance. Price has been resisted off that level of resistance right here, you can see, and now current candle is showing that doji. In fact, it is a doji, solid one, and I am expecting price to drop down. Okay, so I keep this on our radar, and of course we are going to be letting you know how to take the trade. The next one is the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. Remember, we took this trade in the Telegram channel. All right, we took this trade, we cashed out 80% right there. Immediately price went back up to trigger us the remaining 20% at break even, and then retesting this key area of what? Resistance. Okay, and now after the retest, what do we get? We got that pin bar, and so we are expecting that price will drop down in the Swiss franc against Japanese yen. Usually this move is a trick by the market movers to take out all of those that have pending orders, sorry, their orders trail to break even, and so they took all of us out, and then they can begin to turn price around to the downside. So we still have our we still have this pair on our radar, and we'll be looking for how to take that trade. Next one, sterling pounds against Japanese yen. Look into the daily time frame. You can see support. All right, that's breakout, a little bit of a hesitation, a pullback, and then we are having this rejection of that level that once acted as support and now acting as resistance. So our expectation is that with this candle hint, we are going to be seeing some good pushes to the downside. So it's a good setup, and we will not hesitate to place an order. Now the euro against the Canadian dollar, you can see this in the weekly time frame. It's also an interesting type of setup. Look at this support, although not to the pip, and then we are having that rejection of that support. This is a good hint that our next move is going to be to the upside. All right, we have a little bit of room to the upside, where we are going to be very mindful around somewhere in here as resistance. So as price pushes close to that area, we are going to take out our profit and then move our stop loss to break even. Okay, so we are expecting price to at least push to that area, then from there we can maybe come down. I am still having a bearish bias in this pair, but let's see what happens when price gets to that area. Okay, we'll see what happens. And then we have the Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc. You can see that weekly time frame. Do I need to explain? Well, I don't think so. You can see resistance, and then that is what we are looking at. With that rejection, we are expecting price to make some pushes to the downside. We'll manage this trade very well. Okay, we expect to see price drop, so let's keep it on our radar. And then finally we have Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. Again, you can see that level of support, and then we're getting that bounce. Not much of room to the upside because of this trend line. All right, this trend line is right there. Not much of room, but we are going to manage to see how we get through those areas. Now, these are high quality setups. All right, so we are going to be very busy in the market this coming week and probably till the end of the year, because price has returned in full momentum, and we hope we are going to see better profit. Stick around, keep your your fingers on the trigger, because soon we'll be taking trades as the market is going to open. Thanks again for sticking around. Thanks for your patience. Hopefully we can make profit together before the end of this year. Bye for now.